My name is William Davis, and I am one of the admission counselors at Hampton University. And it is a pleasure this morning to go over some information about Hampton, such as the admission process, tell you a little bit about our institution, how we got started, what we're looking for, and what our goals are in terms of what we're looking for in the potential Hamptonian. Being a admission counselor, I'm also a proud Hamptonian. At the time, the Hampton, it was still known as Hampton Institute back in the day. I was a business major, and again, it is an honor to be here with you today. Before I get started, has anybody in the class been to Hampton or know of someone who attended Hampton University?
Yes, got a few.
Show of hands. Okay, show of hands. Okay. Well, let me tell you about Hampton. Well, we were first started on April 1st in 1868, and at the time General Chapman was here, they had 2 professors and 15 students. So today we have approximately 3,516 students throughout the entire campus. Our campus is situated on 285 acres on the peninsula. We refer to the peninsula because it's surrounded by 3 bodies of water. For this reason, we refer to Hampton as our home by the sea. Now, not to get this confused with the other HU that is out there, we also are paired with them. So that being Howard University, we have a great relationship with them. We all have been voted top 4 of the best of all the HBCUs, up there along with Howard University, Spelman, Morehouse, and of course, Xavier University. So again, this is, we're in a class by ourselves. We have over 100 programs at Hampton University where students can become involved in, such as Student Leadership Association, Student Government, Debate Team. We have the Young Youth Diplomat Program, which we completed this past summer. This was a program where students take about 5 weeks. They come on campus and they learn everything from ballroom dancing to Mandarin Chinese. And let me say this, if there are any students out there who have a foreign language, you're starting out on a good foot, because a lot of businesses and everything that we see today, everything is becoming multilingual, multinational. So give yourself a round of applause if you have a foreign language. Now, the ratio at Hampton is 15-to-1. So essentially that is about 20 to 25 students per class. This enables you an opportunity to get to know the professors and for your professors to get to know you. So get your special plugs about Hampton, what we call the Pirate Prize. We have a few notable individuals who are Hampton alumni. One is the mother of Dr. Martin Luther King, Alberta King. She was a Hamptonian as well. Also, how many of you have seen the movie Hidden Figures? Raise your hand. Okay. The character in that motion picture was a lady named Mary Jackson. She was the mathematician in the group, and she turned to be the one who was in charge of the trajectory systems, communication, and everything at NASA. Mary Jackson was a Hampton alumni. In cooperation of Mary Jackson's effort, as well as the cooperation of her 2 colleagues, Katherine Johnson and Ms. Vaughn, Hampton University now has complete control of the NASA Space Shuttle program. We currently have 3 or 4 objects that are floating in space, circling orbit. And NASA headquarters even took them a step further by honoring Mary Jackson by renaming the NASA Space Shuttle program in her name. So again, we're very proud of this. Black Panther, the costumes that were worn by Angela Bassett, Forrest Whitaker, and of course the late Chadwick Boseman were designed by none other than Ruth E. Carter. She was the first African-American to achieve the Academy Award Oscar for Best Costume Design for that film. Ruth E. Carter is a Hampton alumni, as well as comedian Wanda Sykes. How many of you have heard of the DJ Envy? DJ Envy is also a Hamptonian. So every now and then he comes to campus through his podcast, he will make several plugs for Hampton University as well. But our most famous notable alumni is none other than Booker T. Washington. When Booker T. Washington attended Hampton, 2 of his professors encouraged him to go out and launch his own education of higher learning. Can anyone in the class tell me what is the name of the university he founded? I'll give you a hint. It is in the South. Exactly. All right. Whoever says Tuskegee, give yourself a round of applause. He was the founder of the Tuskegee Institute. Now, how many of you have seen Beyonce's Netflix video, the one she did in Coachella? Anybody check that out? Okay. The band that performed in that video was Hampton's band, our band called Phenomenal. Because she did not have the opportunity to attend an HBCU, she was very kind to showcase both the band and some of their dancers who are also fellow Hamptonians. She took it a step further with her generosity by she and Jay-Z donated all the Peloton cycles, which are located in our exercise room, which we have located over at the Student Center building on the campus of Hampton University. So we have a lot, we've been able to perform in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, as well as we have been the only HBCU band to be extended an invitation to perform before the Pope at the Vatican in Rome, Italy. So we're having a lot of kudos there. So a lot of things we look to be proud of. Now, for Hampton University, for the admission process, when you get ready to apply to Hampton, number one, you want to go on the Common App because everything is done now on the Common App. The time frame best suited for applying to Hampton is during the month of August because the $50 application fee we waive. We just pop that on over. We don't consider that, so you don't have to pay the $50 application fee. We will look at test scores, GPA, your essay, letter of recommendation from either a counselor or teacher, or if you cannot find a counselor, if you have a summer job and your supervisor thinks the world of you, you're punctual to work all the time, you literally walk on water, and we will gladly accept the letter of recommendation from him or her as well to submit. So we're also looking at those things. We take the holistic approach. So in your essay, you want to put your best foot forward. We want to know what makes you stand out overall as an individual. We want to know why Hampton. What can you bring to Hampton? We look for, when I'm looking through the applications, I'm looking for someone who has the ability to be creative, innovative, who can think outside the box, who can make sparse but sometimes very clear and orderly decisions, organization, practicality, but most important is punctuality. Because as you progress through Hampton University, when you prepare yourself to go on these jobs, it is very important and very vital that you are punctual in everything that you do. So we're looking for a well-rounded individual for Hampton. Now for the GPA, there is no set standard GPA that we require, like that's mandatory. However, a majority of students across the board come in with a GPA of a 3.4 or higher. So if you have a 3.4 or higher, that's what we're looking at. A score of 1056 on the SAT and a 22 or higher on the ACT. We are, of course, test optional. So test optional, what this means is that it is not mandatory that you submit your test scores. You don't have to. However, if you wish to be considered for any form of scholarship, then those test scores will be required. We will ask you to submit those test scores. So my suggestion is when you put together the application packet, submit the whole thing, throw it all in it. We want to see it all. Send it to us, because when you do not provide your test scores, you automatically take yourself out of the running for any scholarship. So essentially, you lose out on any scholarship potential that is there. Through the Office of Admissions, we have 3 scholarships that we offer. The first is the merit-based scholarship. This scholarship is primarily based on your grade point average and your SAT score. But again, keeping in mind, we take the holistic approach. The merit-based scholarship runs anywhere from $7,500 to a full ride scholarship. That full ride scholarship includes tuition, room, board, and a $1,000 book stipend. In order for someone to get that full ride, the GPA must be 3.7 or higher, 1360 or higher on your SAT, and a 23 or higher on your ACT. Now, don't worry if one individual in the class, if you may not have that 3.7 or 1360, that's okay, because from $7,500 to a full ride, you are still going to be awarded money within that range if you are selected. So whatever amount that you are awarded, let's say if you're awarded $25,000, $25,000 is the amount of money you are going to receive for every year you are a student at Hampton University. So it is freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, and senior year. Now, there is a catch. The catch is you have to maintain a GPA of a 3.3 or higher to maintain that scholarship. If you go below that, you run the risk of losing that scholarship. Once that scholarship is gone, you cannot reapply for it. There are no rebuttals. It is gone. So it's on that ship, wave bye-bye, because that's it. There are no do-overs. So, please keep that in mind when you are being considered for scholarships. The second scholarship we offer is called the Character Matters Scholarship. This scholarship came out as a result of the COVID, because when the COVID occurred, people couldn't sit for the SAT or the ACT. So Hampton decided to make this scholarship on an even playing field where everyone would have a potential opportunity to qualify for the scholarship. The requirements for the Character Matters are an essay by you, the student, where you exemplify your character. We want to see things like, what have you done to help somebody? Are you a tutor? Are you a mentor? On your team? Are you a team leader, team player? We want to see what you have done to benefit and help someone else. So on the Character Matters, again, because called Character Matters, we want you to put your best foot forward. Second document, again, is the letter of recommendation from your teacher or guidance counselor. These are the only two documents that are required for the Character Matters Scholarship. The deadline for applying for the Character Matters Scholarship is April 30th. So you may want to write this down if you are interested in applying for the scholarship.
Can we pop in with a question?
Sure.
Sorry.
I do have a few questions to ask real quick. Firstly, do you prefer either the SAT or ACT test?
We prefer, good question. We prefer the SAT. We will accept the ACT. If the ACT is the only test that a student has taken and they do not take the SAT, we will take that. But mostly we are looking for the SAT.
Okay. And then another thing you also said, you said $25,000 when you were mentioning scholarship, and I just want to quickly ask for a correction. Do you mean 25,000 or 2,500 at that time?
No, 25,000, because again, with the merit-based scholarship, the lowest you can go is $7,500, $7,500 to a full ride. So a full ride can go anywhere to, when I mean full ride, that's the overall cost of what the tuition is at Hampton per year. $43,168 a year. That is the total tuition cost per year at Hampton University. So you're looking at a full ride, that's what you qualify for. Now, again, anything from 7,500 to that range, anywhere based upon your GPA or your test scores, you can be awarded any amount, because the committee who looks at that, they are the ones who will determine how much money you would receive. And again, that is the amount of money. That's an example. If you get $25,000 is going to be the amount that you would receive for every year you are a student at Hampton. One of your classmates could also get on a merit-based scholarship. He or she could get 35 or 30 or 15. It varies. So there's a lot of things that they're going to look for. So that's a big range. We can still be awarded money in that time frame. Does that help?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other questions?
Anybody else have questions so far? A lot of good information coming at you.
I'll ask for more. If you take 5 years of Mandarin, because I do remember you mentioning Mandarin earlier. If you have taken 5 years of Mandarin, where would that like make you stand for like your college level?
If you're taking Mandarin, if you're asking if you're taking Mandarin Chinese for 5 years.
Yes.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, then if you have Mandarin Chinese, then what's going to happen is that if we see that on your transcript, because normally average things we look for is like 2 years of foreign language, Spanish or French. But if you have Mandarin Chinese, then that's going to stand out. That's going to make you much more marketable as an individual when these recruiters come to Hampton University to recruit. Okay, so again, you can, because it's a plus. So if there's some people who don't have a foreign language, it's okay. But if you have a foreign language, that's going to help even more. That's going to help. You want to find, when you're applying to any college in addition to Hampton, the name of the game is you want to put your best foot forward. You want to put in everything that is going to make you marketable, everything that is going to make someone look at you, look at your resume, look at your cover letter to say, hey, this is what we have. We have one student who she's already been offered a job with 4 companies. She speaks Spanish, English, Mandarin Chinese, and sign language. She's had 7 years of sign language. They snapped her up quickly. So, again, whatever you have to make you more marketable, because you want to stand out. You want to make sure that that these career centers, that they remember you when these companies come by to recruit. Good question. Good question. No one's ever asked me that question before. My language is very good. Anyone else? Okay. Now, with the Character Matters Scholarship, going back to the Character Matters Scholarship, the essay and the letter of recommendation, that's all that's required. That scholarship is $10,000 a year. Also, what you would get for freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, and senior year. So essentially, because it's called Character Matters, you just maintain good character every year, and you are good to go. We walk in the park. Now, going back to the merit-based scholarship, if on the merit-based scholarship, let's say, for example, if you receive if you're awarded less than $10,000 on the merit-based scholarship, you can stack the Character Matters. Which means you can apply for both. Let's say if you get $9,000, if you are awarded $9,000 on the merit-based scholarship, you can apply for Character Matters, which is $10,000. So that's $19,000 right there. Okay. If you are awarded over $10,000 on a merit-based scholarship, unfortunately, you would not be able to stack the Character Matters. Okay. Third scholarship we offer is the Hampton Legacy. If your parents, grandparents, or great-grandparents attended Hampton University, then that's $1,000 right off the top. It takes about 5 or 6 minutes to complete the paperwork. And those lovely people in the transcript office, they will thoroughly research and make sure that these individuals are related to you. To make sure that there are no blind spots, they will double check. So,
And do they have to have graduated or have to have attended?
Graduated.
Graduated, okay.
Right, graduated, yes. So now with the three scholarships, those are the 3 scholarships that are offered through our Office of Admission: merit-based scholarship, Character Matters, and the Hampton Legacy. Now, if students are awarded, let's say for $9,000 merit-based, $10,000 for Character Matters, and $1,000 Hampton Legacy, that's $20,000 altogether. So here's an example. I always like to use examples so it makes it easy to follow. If you have $20,000 and you come to us with other scholarships received from the outside agencies like Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts of America, we will accept that too. So, and that money that you will receive will have no bearing on the scholarship money that you have received from the Office of Admissions. Okay. Now, there are outside organizations who have lots of scholarship money. Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts of America, I believe the Jack and Jills, the Kiwanis Club, Lions Club, I'm a member of the Knights of Columbus. Knights of Columbus, we give scholarships. How many of you have heard of the Divine Nine? Raise your hand. Divine Nine. Let's say, get your hands up high as you can. Let's say, okay, Divine Nine. Okay, what are the Divine Nine? Can anybody tell me? All right, good job. Great. Those are made up of sororities and fraternities. I happen to be a member of one of those fraternities, and scholarship is our largest mandated program. I'm a member of Omega Psi Phi fraternity, and that's one of our largest programs, along with the Kappas, Alphas. So all of them offer scholarships. I will say this, in all truthfulness, you will receive money from all of them, but the bulk of the money will come from the sorority. The Delta and the AKAs give big money. So they have money to give out. They have raised so many hundreds of thousands. The fraternities, we have raised money as well, but it's never been as high as the Deltas and the AKAs. So I have to give a little side shot to all my friends who are AKAs and Deltas out there, because they know how to get that money out there. So if you are looking for scholarships, please hit all 9 of them. Find out from each member of a fraternity that you know, or maybe have someone in your family who's a fraternity or sorority person, and find out when is that scholarship period, because you want to hit all 9 of them, fill out all 9 applications, because you are going to get some money. So again, the money that you are awarded from them will have no bearing on the money that you receive from us. So if you get $20,000 from the AKA, $15,000 from the Deltas, we're not going to come in and say, oh, because you have $35,000, you're going to have to relinquish the scholarships that you have been awarded from the Office of Admission. That is not the case. One has nothing to do with the other.
They don't.
Now, the best time, if there are any juniors that are out there, who I'm speaking to in the class, if there are any juniors, as you approach your senior year, now is the time to start shopping for those scholarships. You do not want to wait until your senior year. If you are seniors, so you seniors out there, if you haven't started looking for scholarships, start looking now, because these organizations, they have deadlines, which you want to be cognizant of, because the deadlines are very specific by their requirements on being able to qualify for potential scholarship money. So they have everything set in stone. If they have a date, let's say, okay, the date for Kiwanis Club is November 13th, apply and get the material in before that close-in date. Because once you meet the deadline or the deadline closes and that window shuts down, it's very, very hard to fit the open back up, and then you find yourself, you have missed out on a scholarship. So again, now is the time. If there are any sophomores in the class as well, start shopping now for the scholarships. Now, also, if you go online, there are various other organizations out here who give scholarships for the most unusual things that are, and they're realistic. There's a scholarship for some agency. If you are left-handed, there's a scholarship for that. If you have a twin, there's an organization which gives scholarship for that as well. And we had an individual at Hampton who had a twin, and when he applied, he was awarded $5,500. Not a lot, but still scholarship money that is out there. So then we also had the band scholarships. Band scholarships can go as far as a full ride. Now, the band scholarships their requirements are much more rigorous because of the auditions that are held. Very, very competitive. Even some of the best individuals who have competed did not make the grade cut for the band. Some of the auxiliary dancers, there are also scholarships for them as well as Army, ROTC, Navy, Marine Corps, football scholarships. I believe there's a track scholarship, but you would have to talk to those individuals in that particular department to get more of an idea of what their requirements are and to what auditions are held. Now, at Hampton, we are also noted for our famous 7 schools of discipline. Our top majors are the School of Science, the School of Business, the Tower School of Journalism and Communications, the Department of Liberal Arts and Education, and the Architect and Engineering building. Overall, I would have to say the top 2 are our School of Science and the School of Business. The School of Science, what's unique about this is that if you are planning to be a biology major, you can go into the School of Science and take your prerequisites to prepare you for med school. If you decide to attend med school, the prerequisite courses that you have taken, at that time, you are already on track to enter med school. We are partnered with the #1 medical college, which is Boston College in Massachusetts, and you can be accepted into the Boston College medical program and completely bypass taking the MCAT exam. So in other words, it becomes a straight walkthrough. You do not have to take the MCAT at all. In addition to Boston College, we're also partnered with Eastern Virginia Medical School, the famous Meharry Medical College, and the Marshall University Jones C. Edwards program. Now, this program has a partnership with Hampton through the dual program, what we call the BS/MD program. This allows the student to attain their Bachelor of Science degree from Hampton University and their medical doctorate degree from Marshall University. If selected for the program, the applicant must maintain a GPA of a 3.25, score 900 or higher on the SAT, and a 22 or higher on the ACT. Five individuals are selected for this program, as well as 2 alternatives. In case either one of the 2 can't make it, there are 2 alternates that are selected. Okay. The School of Business, and at Hampton, again, I was a business major at Hampton. We have the 5-year MBA program. This program, for every student who enters this program, you receive not 1 degree, but 2, your bachelor's and your master's. This program has a 100% employment rate. And what I mean is that every student who is involved in this program comes out of the program with a job prior to graduation. We have representatives from the top Fortune 500 companies such as KPMG, Deloitte & Touche, Walt Disney World, Paramount Pictures, 20th Century Fox, Hasbro, Johnson & Johnson, Goldman Sachs, and the list goes on and on. We represent from the Federal Aviation Authority and Department of Defense. So it's a very, very lucrative program because when your executives come around looking for minorities, where are they going to go? They're going to go to the top HBCUs. As if you're enrolled into a 5-year MBA program, you will be required to undertake 2 sport electives. The first one is golf, and the second one is chess. Can anybody tell me why golf will be selected? Anyone? Okay, reason for golf is how many of you realize a lot of business decisions are made on the golf course. On the golf course, networking has become the #1 source of networking on the golf course. This is a perfect opportunity to find out which companies are going public through an IPO, which companies are being formed as an LLC or an S Corp, which corporations are going out of business, what's the latest product or merchandising campaign that's going on. That's what I find is on the golf course, and you are graded for this. Second one is the game of chess. Why would you take chess? Why would chess be considered very important if you are a business major?
They give you strategic think.
Exactly, strategic thinking, how to outthink your competitor, because you want to make sure that as a business leader or a business developer, you want to make sure that you stay 1 step ahead of your competition all the time. So you never have the eyes closed. The third one, which is up and coming, is more martial arts, because if you're into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Taekwondo, karate, basic judo, this strengthens the body conditions of the whole body structure. So to keep everything fresh, keep you thinking young and going from there. Now, the architecture and engineering is very, very popular through our aviation division. How many of you we're aware that we are partnered with JetBlue and Delta Airlines? We have a partnership with both of these 2 agencies because they are individuals who undertake this program. They can participate in the co-op program, and upon successful completion, they can be offered a job prior to graduating from Hampton University. Delta Airlines, their program is similar to JetBlue, but a little bit different because their requirements are a little bit more rigorous. And if you're able to withstand it's more than just, welcome, say hi, I'm your steward or stewardess. It's a lot of in-depth training, and some people have not made the cut. So again, if you're fortunate enough to complete the successful training, you can be offered a job with Delta Airlines before you walk off the campus of Hampton University. How many of you are aware that if you can get a pilot's license, both commercial and private at Hampton University? You can. If you want to learn how to ride a hot air balloon, you can get that license too. So we have many people who want to come and get their license, but later on they decide they want to be adventurous, purchase their own plane, but you can get it right there at Hampton as well. We are also noted for our proton therapy research clinic. We are fortunate enough to have the only freestanding cancer research proton therapy clinic in the world. This facility is located near Hampton's campus, and what makes it unique is that the scientists there have found certain cancer cells in African Americans that they have been able to find a cure for. That makes us very unique in that aspect. Also on the campus, we have a Skin Research Institute. Their studies are constantly going underway to develop, find a cure for various types of skin diseases found in African Americans. Certain diseases such as port wine stain, vitiligo, which is a disarrangement of the pigment, and for the people who are known as albino. This is one study that they're really looking into because the race of albino people is not that vast here in the country. And their lifespan, unfortunately, is not as long as a general person because of the pigmentation and of their chemical makeup in their body. So these are individuals who cannot lay out in the sun because of skin conditions. Some of them have allergies to light, pigmentations in the pupils. So again, studying is further going on at this institute to find out why the system is the way it is. So that's also a plus for us as well. And through the campus, we have, out of the 3,516 students, we have 1% of those students who come from international countries. We currently have students who attend Hampton University from Ukraine, Uzbekistan, Macedonia, Montenegro, Nigeria, China, Sweden, Italy, Germany, France, Saudi Arabia, and Afghanistan. They just took the flag down because I knew I was in both of those countries for 4 years. And so every time a representative from a foreign country, the last student from a country leaves, the flag is lowered. And when a new student comes in from an international company, their country flag is hoisted in their honor. For this reason, you will find the Circle of Nations flag post in front of the Ogden Auditorium on the campus of Hampton University. We have a co-ed sailing team. So since we're located on the water, we're located right next to a yacht marina. So it is not uncommon for students to be eating in the cafeteria and watch a couple of boats go by with the Hampton University insignia or the pirate insignia on the sail, just cruising along the water. So that makes a very relaxing environment as well. We do have a lot of dormitories on campus. We have more female dormitories on campus than we have males. The reason for that is that we did a cross study section and found out that there were more African-American females attending college more so than African-American males. For this reason, our most popular dormitory is Virginia Cleveland. This dormitory houses 233 females, and this dormitory is comprised of single occupancy or double occupancy rooms. It is located on the water, so if you like cold weather, you're going to get plenty of it, because when it snows, you're going to freeze. So we have a lot of things going on there. So any questions? Right, nobody have any questions?
They're being quiet today. They usually got a lot of questions. Any questions about majors or? That's yours, okay.
Okay, is anyone there a journalism major? Journalism. Is anybody a science major or biology looking to get into med school? That's the one we can get into Boston College and completely bypass taking the MCAT exam. Are there any psychology majors?
And she actually has a question.
Okay. What is your question?
How is like your psychology majors like? Do you have it to where like at the end, like there's internships that you can do like throughout our courses there? And also, do you guys like require a language for it? Because I know like some schools they do like for like sometimes psychology majors they require you to take a language too.
What is that, foreign language?
Yeah.
No. To major in psychology at Hampton University, because our current president, Gerald K. Williams, he and his wife are both psychology majors. For the psychology major, that's in the School of Liberal Arts and Education, because it's one of the vast courses that you can take under one roof, in addition to English, foreign language, cinema, film, and whatnot. Psychology majors can take an internship with various agencies here and around the Tidewater area. In terms of a foreign language, it is not mandatory. However, if you have a foreign language, that is always going to count as a plus. Internships, you're very fortunate because as a psychology major, we are in the vicinity of the Little Creek Naval area because we have the largest naval facility along the East Coast. So there are always a lot of psychologist agencies in the area looking for students, and these recruiters have come to Hampton's campus. We have the VA hospital, the Veterans Administration Hospital, located directly behind the campus. So this affords a student who is a psychology major the opportunity to undertake an internship with that hospital. Up the road, we have several military facilities, such as Fort Belvoir, Fort Lee, and Fort Eustis. We have 2 colleges as well. So you can get on the private sector or the public sector. Now, with this, with the foreign language, it's not really a requirement, but it does put you in touch with a lot of people because a lot of the psychology, because it's a large military area, you do have a lot of people who are undergoing PTSD, which is real big. Some of my friends have this and they are constantly going to psychologists. And it's another field like nursing, which is never going to go out. It's always going to be in high demand because many people get deployed, they come back, they get off the ship, they get off the plane, they've been gone for a long time, they serve time in war, and it does a lot of things to them. So without psychology, without clinical care facilities, we wouldn't exist if it wasn't for you all, people in your field. So good question. Thank you.
We do have a bell that's gonna go off in about 4 minutes. So do
Okay.
you have any other questions? Yeah, what you got?
Yes.
How was your political science major?
Political science. Okay. Are you looking to eventually get into law?
Kind of, well, like, I wouldn't be a politician, but not specifically just law.
Okay, so political, so that would be in the political science. Political science, that would also, you undertake that curriculum in the School of Liberal Arts and Education. Now, the political science, you can go into various divisions with that. You can go into administrative law, administrative politics, government politics, international, well as scientific. So there are a lot of avenues to go. In Virginia, we're in a very political state. We have Washington, D.C., where you have the Capitol. You have the Pentagon, which you have a lot of the military. You have geospatial. You have a lot of intel facilities that, and as well as Virginia.
Lamont, did we lose him?
College of William and
Oh, there he is.
Mary. Good. Great. Any other questions?
Well, I think you were very, very thorough. You gave a lot of great information. What is the total cost of attendance? Even though I know you have a lot of opportunities for scholarships, but what's the total cost?
The total cost is $43,168 per year at Hampton. Now, but in-state, one of the questions I often ask is, what about out-of-state? Both state and out-of-state are exactly the same. Because we are a private university, we do not receive funding from outside agency. Everything is from within. So whatever the total is for in-state will be the same for out-of-state student.
That's good to know. Yeah, the sticker shock always gets them until you start talking about scholarships. And that's what I keep telling them to do, is just keep shopping and keep comparing.
Keep shopping and keep shopping. And I'll say this, whatever school you apply to one that is going to have the need to meet the needs that are going to satisfy you. That's going to satisfy you, and one that you can get benefit out of, and one that you can be able to make an impact, because this is you all's time. When you graduate, you leave a mark where someone else can stand on your shoulders. So that's very important to remember when you are applying. So you fill out your application, be truthful, put everything out there, let us see your best, put your best foot forward. If you have a resume, I would say if you come to Hampton, coming to Hampton or selecting Hampton as your choice, we want you to have a resume to go to the career office, to put it with the individual and get to know that career office during every year that you are a student at Hampton. Because this office is going to be the one responsible for shaping and molding your resume, your cover letter. They're going to fine tune it so that when there is an opportunity for a business come up to recruit, you want to make sure that you stand out, that they remember you. Some people say, well, I can wait to senior year. You can, but no, it's not gonna be. You want to start like plant a seed from the freshman year, get them to know you. So you go by the office, make yourself known to them, make themselves available to you. And that way things will start to happen for you.